What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Omar BYT, and welcome, guys, to yet another episode of the Blaugrana Buzz, ladies and gentlemen. Your number one stop shop for the latest Barça news. Big up to every single one of you guys who are already in the building. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and yeah, man, big up to every single one of you guys. I see some of you guys are already in the building. Appreciate you guys for taking your time to be here. Big up to my brother Vinny. How are you doing, bro? I hope you're doing, bro, doing well, man. Big up to my brother Kool-Aid. Big up to you every single time. Big up to every single one of you guys who are already in the building. And yes, it is another episode of the Blaugrana Buzz, ladies and gentlemen. And listen, obviously, guys, we always get the latest news. The latest Barcelona news has been coming out of Barca. And to tell you the truth, guys, it's been very, very quiet in the past few weeks, right? I'm not going to lie to you, man. Ever since the whole debacle with Nico Williams last week, things have really been quiet in Barcelona, right? We've seen some links here and there. We've seen some talks, potential moves potentially happening and everything else. But really, there has been nothing. There has been absolutely nothing concrete coming out. However, ladies and gentlemen, there's always news somehow when it comes to Barcelona. And basically today, guys, I just wanted to talk about some news that's been coming out in the past 24 hours. And it's in regard to a player that is currently in the team who looks like their future has no plans to be here next season. And that is Marc-André Ter Stegen. Now, as Barca fans, we know that when it comes to the Ter Stegen situation, it's a little bit of a rocky situation. It is, because you saw what happened between Flick and Ter Stegen at the end of last season. There's a lot of fans who have had enough of this guy, right? They want him gone. They want him out of the club. They basically made their decision on him. And the club basically have been dilly-dallying, but now it looks like everything has kind of been resolved. And yeah, well, it's not exactly looking good for Marc-André Ter Stegen, because about yesterday, we know that Flick was talking to Marc-André Ter Stegen. They actually had the talk. And from all the news outlets who have been coming out, have been saying the same thing, which is that apparently Barcelona have informed Ter Stegen that Joan Garcia is going to be their starting goalkeeper. And basically, Ter Stegen is upset at the club and has no intention of forgiving the 3-year remaining deal in his contract. Now, listen, at the end of the day, it is what it is. From all of the news outlets have been saying the same thing, which is that at the end of the day, he is out of here, right? He's not. The club don't rely on him, and truth be told, it shouldn't. It's no surprise that they don't rely on him. You feel me, right? It's not good enough. This guy has not been very good enough at the club for the past few years, right? He's been terrible for the past few seasons, right? And truth be told, man, the fans have had enough. The fans had enough. The fans made it very clear they didn't want this guy. I mean, after the whole compilations and everything else that came out with the club, and to make it even worse, apparently from all the news outlets, what they're saying is that Ter Stegen has been informed that he's not even going to be our second goalkeeper, because now that Szczesny has signed a new deal, right? That means now he's dropping down all the way to the third choice goalkeeper. And if that doesn't scream you have no future at this club, I don't know what does. I really don't know what does. And look, at the end of the day, Ter Stegen has no one to blame but himself when it comes to this situation. He has nobody to blame but himself. He put himself in this situation. At the end of the day, the club, I don't know how much clearer the club could have been. The club basically made it very clear to you, you had no future at the club, right? They signed a new keeper, right, from a rival who was going to be starting, right? And the thing is, it's unfortunate that it got this messy. But as much as I want to be objective with Marc, it's very hard to be objective with him when you haven't really been the same goalkeeper for years. A lot of people, who don't know the situation keep saying, but Omar, I feel like Barcelona are a little bit harsh on Ter Stegen. He cannot be that bad. Listen, when I'm watching the Club World Cup and I'm seeing Courtois making top-class saves against PSG in the first 5 minutes of the game, right? Incredible, impossible saves. Or I'm seeing Courtois making match-winning saves against Dortmund. I'm not seeing you doing that. I haven't, like, when was the last time this guy genuinely had a game where you could say, yo, Ter Stegen cooked. Ter Stegen is the reason why we won that game. Now, honestly, when you really take a step back and you really start to think, it's very, very hard for you it's very, very hard for people to think about this. Like, when was the last time we actually looked at the Ter Stegen performance and said, okay, that game was the game where you won it for us. You deserved that moment. That was your moment. I'm sorry, but you don't. How is Szczesny, a guy who retired last year, coming out of retirement, right, barely training, barely did anything, right, is coming into the team and is having a world-class game against clubs like Benfica in the Champions League to win us games? Right? When was the last time you had a game like that, Mark? Because here's the thing. I can go back and I can look back at the games where you didn't turn up. Where were you in the game against Liverpool in 2019? Where were you in the game against Bayern Munich? I know that's not all your fault, but you conceded 8. You conceded 8. Right? Where were you when we played against Roma in 2018? Like, bro, every time we've actually needed to rely on you, you have not turned up. That's the truth. That is the truth. You have not turned up when we needed you to turn up. I've seen Courtois, who, by the way, is older than you, right, make match-winning saves in the Champions League final. Twice. In that game against Liverpool, when they beat Liverpool 1-0 in 2022. Liverpool were dominating them. Courtois had the game of his life that day. I've never seen you have a game like that. What about in 23-24? Where were you in that game? I'm sorry, man. Like, I don't like to be this guy. I don't like being this guy who's always going to be critical, criticizing the players and all of this. That's not me. However, you have to be objective here. When I was one of the last people to turn on Mark, right? I really wanted to give Marc-André Ter Stegen a benefit of the doubt. I really did, right? Like the start of last season, a lot of Barça fans I've been talking to were telling me, yo, Omar, we need a new keeper. Every Barça fan I spoke to was saying, we need a new keeper. Get us a new keeper. This keeper is not good enough. We're not going to go where we need to go with Ter Stegen as our number one. And listen, when I used to look at it, I used to say, well, listen, at the end of the day, he cannot be that bad, respectfully. I don't think he's that bad. But then the season started. And then I started seeing the goals you were conceding. And I'm like, yo, you were conceding goals from your near post. You're conceding goals in your near post. What are you doing? Why are you not trying to save? Why is it so hard for you to save near post? Right? Why are you delaying your saves, bro? Like, dude, you move hella static, bro. It's crazy. And then you get injured. And then we sign in Szczesny, who's a retired keeper. And the guy comes in and is showing us what a top-class goalkeeper should be doing. That doesn't look good on you. And at the end of the day, Flick has to do what Flick has to do. Flick is trying to build a team that can compete in our competitions. When you were injured last season, for most of the season, we almost won a quadruple last season with Szczesny as our goalkeeper. And then you come back from injury, and in your first game against Real Valladolid, you're already making a mistake after 5 minutes. You're making a mistake against Villarreal and then complaining about it at the end of the game. I'm sorry. Anyone with a brain who's been watching these games, right? Any manager with a brain would have seen and said, listen, man, I can't rely on you, bro. I can't rely. I'm trying to build a good team, but brother, you are a liability at this point. And I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt, but you don't have any. So yeah, it is what it is. And listen, many people are saying this is going to get worse. Apparently, Ter Stegen is upset. Listen, man, I feel like this brother has really gotten too comfortable in as number one. You've been the number one for 10 years, right? You've been the number one for 10 years, and basically you've gotten comfortable. And apparently they're saying that at the end of the day, he's not happy, right? He's not gonna leave the club. Well, listen, That's up to you. That's up to you. You want to sacrifice your international career for the World Cup? That's up to you. That's all your problem. I'm glad at the end of the day, for me, I'm just glad that Hansi Flick decided to do this now. I'm glad that he's decided to inform you straight up. So you can do two things about it. You can stay, make your money, because because at this point that's all it is, right? You're just staying for the money. Or for the sake of your position in the World Cup, you can get ahead and move. I'm seeing Inter Milan are interested in you. Galatasaray showed interest in you, right? Apart from here, even City have been showing interest in you. Listen, at the end of the day, I don't care who gets you, right? But you need to think about your future, because at the end of the day, people can sit here and talk about, oh, but Barcelona, this Barcelona. Listen, football evolves. Football evolves. I'm sorry, you can't stay behind while other teams are going on. There's a lot of, you know what it is with certain football fans, right? They have this attachment to players. It's a weird thing, right? And they're like, oh, but Barcelona, guys, you guys should be treating this guy way better. This and this and this. Guys, football is a business. You do what you do, you perform well, and if you're not the same guy, you take a step aside so that the next generation can take over. Every generation has done this. Like, for the amount of time I've been watching football, I've seen some of the greatest footballers play for this club, right? At the end of the day, Victor Valdez, when he got to a point where he didn't believe he could do it at the top level, you know what he did? He chose to leave. It wasn't that the club said, yeah, you got to go. No, he rejected the contract the club gave him and he left. Because he didn't believe he was the same guy anymore. Puyol, when he was getting injury problems, he retired. Piqué, he retired. Like certain players, they know when their legs are gone and they're like, listen, at the end of the day, for the sake of my future, I need to move on. You feel me? Certain goalkeepers, yes, they do it well, but for a club of Barcelona stature who are aspiring to trying to win leagues, Champions Leagues, compete in the high levels for a long time, we have to be ruthless. The most competitive teams are the most ruthless. It's that simple. It is that simple. And for me, Ter Stegen, you can do whatever you want. At the end of the day, you want to stay at the club? Yeah, that's up to you, bro. At the end of the day, I don't like it because him leaving will actually help the club. But hey, he wants to be selfish and stay. Do whatever you want. Here's the problem. You're not even the number 2 in the team. So even if Joan Garcia, let's say, is injured, Chesney is still in the team and Chesney is starting over you. So you can sit there and you can cry and you can moan and you can bitch. That's up to you, man. Do whatever you want. It's your choice. You chose to stay. And look, it's nothing personal. I'm not like a lot of people. There's a lot of people in this platform who genuinely hate this guy. They hate him. They hate him. They blame him for a lot of the bad luck that's been happening at the club. Fortunately, I'm not one of them. I don't hate Mark. I have no hatred personally for this guy. Look, I'll be the first to admit, right? He's had a very, very, very tough 2025. He really has. Personally, in his personal life, he really has, right? He got divorced. He's been going through a lot of drama. There's been a lot of controversies. You know, the media have been, fabricating stuff. It's not looking good for him, right? I feel for him. But at the end of the day, as much as I feel for you, bro, football is a business and football evolves. If you are not doing your job on the pitch, the club have to be smart. The club have to think about what is best for the club. It's not about, we shouldn't care about the player, bro. It's a business. It is a business, bro. You are getting paid by the club to be at the club. You're one of our highest earners. You are one of our highest earners. And you're still making money from the club. So you need to make sure that you do your job or you let someone else take the job. Sorry, guys. Let me fix my Wi-Fi again. I don't know why my fucking Wi-Fi always does this, but yeah, it is what it is. Sorry about this, guys. But yeah, at the end of the day, Mark, it's up to you, man. I mean, I don't really care enough about this anymore in the way that he cares about it. He can do whatever he wants. He can stay if he wants to. That's up to him. But I just believe that at the end of the day, big clubs move like this. A lot of people like to do this whole sentimental bullshit. Listen, man, y'all can be sentimental. I'll leave the sentimental shit to you guys. At the end of the day, the clubs that win the most are the clubs that are most ruthless. The reason why Real Madrid, no matter what generation goes by, they always continue doing well is because at the end of the day, when a player is no longer good enough, when a player is no longer performing well enough, guess what, bro? They get rid. I'm sorry, I didn't think Casillas was treated nicely. But listen, at the end of the day, Casillas wasn't the same goalkeeper that he was back in the day. Even though I felt like he should have gotten a more better send-off, I understood why the club were deciding to move on. The moving on part wasn't the thing that bothered me. It was kind of how they handled it. Because he was one of their own. He was from the academy, Real Madrid through and through, from the ground, from birth all the way to playing captain in the club, to Champions Leagues, league titles, and everything else, right? However, by 2015, he was not the same goalkeeper. That's the truth. So, whether you like the way Madrid handled it or not, Madrid had to make a decision. Guys like Raul, they also had to leave the club. Guti had to leave the club. All these guys had to leave the club. You have to be ready to move on. You have to be ready to move on. And the problem is with some of these footballers, bro, their egos don't allow them to accept that I'm not the same guy anymore. Because best believe, Ter Stegen in his mind still believes that he can still do it. The problem is, while we're waiting for you to find the old Ter Stegen or the Ter Stegen that's gonna be helping us win trophies, guess what? We're losing games. We're losing games. Right? And if another goalkeeper is coming in ahead of you and is taking your spot, it is up to you. You have nobody to blame but yourself. So, yeah, it is what it is. So, at the end of the day, Marc-André, you need to make a decision for yourself. If you want to stay at the club, by all means. I'm just glad that at the end of the day, the club have put their foot down and they basically made their decision on what to do next. But big up to every single one of you guys, man. Still I don't see a lot of people in this stream usually. Usually a lot of people are already here, but big up to every single one of you guys who are here right now. Dude, what is going on? Where is... Sorry. Oh, here it is. Sorry, my chat thing wasn't working earlier. Big up to my guy Ravi. How you doing, bro? Big up, my says rude boy Omar. Smash the likes. Big up to you, bro. Says another big vibe from Omar BYT. Big up to you, man. Rabona, how you doing? How you doing? Smash the likes, man. Make sure you guys smash the likes. Big up to every single one of you. Says, that was my mistake. I'm sorry. Ter Stegen out, please. I'm begging. Look, it is what it is, man. The club have made their decision. Hey, afternoon, Yoon. How you doing? How are you doing? He can go to the stands. Listen, Claire, listen. At the end of the day, Hansi Flick has basically told him, yo, you have no future here. If he wants to stay, by all means, do whatever you want. At the end of the day, football evolves, man. Look, let me tell you something, bro. We had to say goodbye to legends, actual legends of this club. Guys like Xavi, Iniesta. Heck, even Messi had to say goodbye. We didn't want to say goodbye to Messi, but we said goodbye to him. So yeah, it is what it is. You need to find your way. Master shite overstayed his welcome. For sure, man. For sure. The stink man needs to leave. I mean, listen, when Madrid fans are literally saying that he needs to leave, that tells you everything. Chesney is better than Ter Stegen. Makes sense. Ter Stegen needs to leave. Please go away. Bro, this brother came out of retirement and was balling out. Bro, man, like Ter Stegen was literally, like Chesney came out of retirement and literally didn't lose a game until like, what, April or May or some shit like that? Like, I think the first game he lost was against Dortmund in the Champions League. And this guy, and you have Ter Stegen, right? He lost like what? His first Champions League game, the only Champions League game he played in. Like the only Champions League match he played in, he lost, which was against Monaco. And he actually was responsible. Like one of those goals he should have done better. It is what it is. Give him the Kepa treatment. Hey, listen, that's up to him. However, the club, I'm gonna be honest, man. However, the club decide to treat Ter Stegen now is his fault. I think so. Since the last time he was good was 22-23. He was amazing that season. Then he fell off. I wouldn't even call him amazing. I would say he was okay. I wouldn't necessarily. He wasn't top class. Oh yeah, Chesney is top quality. The statue just to shoot UCLs. I'm telling you, man. Look at this. Courtois, Alisson, and Donnarumma will have people looking at their goalkeepers and sighing. But look at, and you know what's funny about those goalkeepers you just mentioned, right? Those goalkeepers have all won the Champions League. Think about it, right? Look at Donnarumma's performance against Liverpool in the round of 16 on penalties. Look at Donnarumma's performance against Aston Villa, right, in the second leg. How much he cooked, right? Look at bro. I could literally sit here and talk about all the bro. I hate to do this, bro. Look at the amount of times Courtois, bro, has bailed Real Madrid from shitty performances, right? Like unreal. He made, even in the game against Real Madrid, against PSG where they lost 4-0, the guy was literally making incredible mad saves in that game. I'm just sitting there like, yo, the fuck is this? How is he still doing this? This makes no sense. Yeah, it is what it is. Wasn't Mark at United? No, he wasn't. He wasn't at United. Big up Lunin. Big up Lunin. Big up to the bonuses. Lunin could give Ter Stegen a run for his money. Honestly, that season Ter Stegen got, I'm sorry, Courtois got injured. He definitely could have, man. He definitely cooked. Same. I don't want to turn on him too. I started because of his arrogance this season. Even his last season, I don't blame him much. I really tried, man. I really tried. The statue is only good on the ball. That's true. He is ass. Even I can make more saves. And to see him lift trophies when he didn't contribute to bloody nothing. Crazy. Take those glasses off, you fraud. No. My grandmother could move faster. Look up to the boner. Smash the likes. Give up to every single one of you guys in here. Who gave the statue his latest contract? We need to be ruthless at Barcelona. Enough is enough with this mediocre board and decor. It wasn't actually the current regime. It was actually the former regime. It was Bartomeu and those guys who gave him the contract. Yeah, those were the guys responsible for this BS. It's them. It's their fault. Yeah, let's keep going. And says Ter Stegen would try his best to mess up our financial mess even more. It's looking like that. I swear to God, if we don't make a single signing this month, bro, let me tell you something, yeah. I swear, I dare this team to now go out and actually get the players that we need. I dare Deco to go another July without signing players. I dare him to do that. I double dare him. This absolute fraud. Listen, man, people always tell me, oh, Omar, put some respect on his name. He's a very, very good sporting director. You should apologize. I said I'm not apologizing until he does what I want. Just let the statue train with the under 15s. Imagine that. Why is City looking at him? I have no idea, bro. It's just Pep being Pep. That's the best way I can put it. Ter Stegen ain't even bad. Unbiased opinion. Yeah, but he's not exactly top class, is he? I still think that Ter Stegen can do a job on other teams. I just don't think that. I think that a club like Barcelona, it is what it is. Yama ain't accepting it though. I doubt it. It says, how would Ter Stegen be an improvement on that? One says, Messi left. Why are you not? Talk about it. even Peña played well up till December. He was good against Real Madrid when we beat them 4-0. Yeah, he was. And then he also fell off and started crying. He's another one that needs to fuck off. He's already found a younger girlfriend. That's fine. Okay, well then. I guess we would have to talk. I guess we'll just move on from the whole thing then. We'll just move on from the whole girlfriend thing. Ter Stegen is just being around making Juan bad. It's just around will make Juan bad, just like with Szczesny. Yo, big up Street Fighter, man. He says, I'm 20 minutes late. Nah, you good, bro. You good, man. Lateness is greatness. Big up to every single one of you guys. I don't see a lot of people. Usually Blaugrana Buzz gets a lot of numbers, but appreciate every single one of you guys. Smash the like button, guys. Smash the likes. Get the likes up so that, you know, we can get more people in here. I'm sure the other people will be joining as the stream goes on. Big up to every single one of you. Man says Santiago, say that again and you'll be timed out. Come on, guys. Don't be doing too much with the timing out, man. Says give me a new left winger. Mate, it is what it is. Santiago says, "Y'all W food, Jonas." Yo, big up to Jonas, man. Big up to every single one of you. I'm trying to catch up to all your. He says, "My patience is ready to expire. I make jokes. I don't run away from facts." Big up to Vinny, man. Appreciate you, man. He says, "Don't you think Joan Garcia needs time to adapt?" I mean, to be fair, I would say this about keepers. Keepers don't really need to adapt as quickly as outfield players. Because outfield players are the ones that, you know, they have to, the tactics, you know, they have to be told, you know, position-wise, where to be, when to move the lines, when to not move lines, all of this stuff. Goalkeepers really, I would say the only thing that the goalkeepers need to know is, you know, who to pass to and all of this stuff. But really, when it comes to goalkeepers, adapting doesn't really take too long. If you're top class, you're top class. It's that simple, man. Be honest, right? When a team signs a world-class goalkeeper, how many times do those world-class goalkeepers instantly flop the moment they go to those clubs? Very rare, indeed. Big up, Jonas. Says, why the hell are your players dying in their hair blonde? Y'all cosplaying Barney Blue or something? I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. But I'll say this. It's funny that you mentioned that because what's his name? I think Szczesny did his hair blonde and he changed it black and he shaved it off completely. Crazy. Now Szczesny is a funny one. He's a funny guy. Yeah, big up man. Says our food is fire, rice and goats. So Omar, is Deco the guy for the long-term future? Not in my eyes. Not in my eyes. Ter Stegen needs to just leave, man. Hey, listen, it is what it is. It is what it is. He could live a good life in Saudi for real. Hey, but no, he just wants to mess up our finances, like he mentioned. But yeah, I mean, listen. This is what all the news articles have been saying when it comes to Ter Stegen. They're saying Ter Stegen is currently not thinking, is only thinking about staying and is determined to showcase his abilities in the team. I mean, what abilities is he talking about? I'm a little bit confused. What abilities are you talking about? I'm a little bit confused because listen, man. Ter Stegen is too much, man. He's genuinely too much. You gotta laugh, man. This guy, yeah, he's really insisting. He genuinely believes that he can still make it in this team, brother. You are third choice. That's what you don't realize, right? You might not even play a single game this season unless Ter Stegen and Szczesny, I'm sorry, both Joan Garcia and Szczesny both get injured. Because even Szczesny now is still a better goalkeeper than you, right? And the thing with Szczesny is, the guy is he's just chilling. He's just chilling. He's not bothered. He's not bothered about being number one, trying to challenge. He knows at the end of the day, he's just a Barcelona to be the number two. The problem is, you want to be number one, and you are potentially risking losing your place with the German national team, all just to stay here, knowing that the club have made it adamantly clear to you that you have no future here. That's the problem. That is the issue with this whole situation. You believing in your mind that you can still do it when the club have made it clear to you that they have no plans on relying on you. I mean, look, at the end of the day, people can say whatever they want when it comes to Ter Stegen, right? But this was his choice. This was his choice. This is not like the club signed a new keeper and just quiet. No, we gave you an opportunity. We gave you an opportunity to walk away, right? To work on your own terms. But you wanted to stay. So guess what? Now the club have to do what they have to do. Nobody can sit here and say, oh, but Omar, this is the thing. To a lot of fans, they've had enough of you. So however the club decides to treat you, the fans are not going to have an issue with it. So the only one that's really suffering from all of this is you. You are the ones that's the biggest loser out of all of this, right? And you have to face this. So, look, I feel nothing, man. I feel nothing. And look, from all of this, and this is the thing, Barca want to get rid of this guy so much, they're willing to do anything. But basically, and look at this. Basically, they're saying, Ter Stegen is upset at the club and has no plans to forfeit his 3 years left. Brother. Sometimes I think, honestly, guys, this is what I think genuinely happens when when a guy who is mid, right, is given so much, right, opportunities or given so much leverage. This is what happens. This is what happens, because here's the thing, right? Ter Stegen was never called out. We called out. If you look at all of the moments, all of the most embarrassing moments we had at the club, right? We never called out Marc. Marc was one of the few people that was always like escaping criticism. Everybody else would get smoke, except him for some reason, right? And then things changed this season because everyone was like, wait a minute. Everyone from like the generations that we had are all gone. Every single one of them. They're all gone. They're not here anymore, right? The only one that is still here is you. And we're not exactly winning games. And really, this is the problem, right? When you're not playing well, when you've been playing poorly, and other people have been taking criticism, and every single one has been criticized, all of a sudden, all of them start leaving, guess what? It gets to a point where now the attention is on you, right? And everyone's like, okay, Ter Stegen is like the last one left. So everyone is now actually taking their time to just watch you. And when they see the little mistake, they're like, oh my God, how was I missing all of that? That was me, to be honest with you. When you know that video that went viral on Twitter about last month or 2 months ago, right? The Ter Stegen out one, right? And they had like that 2-hour video of Ter Stegen's mistakes. Brother, when you go and you watch all of these mistakes, you realize, brother, this brother makes the same mistakes all of the fucking time. It wasn't like, he makes weird mistakes. No, most of the time, it's the same thing. You see the term, you know they call him testachu, right, bro? I'm gonna be very honest. When you watch these games and you see the way he would just... It's like, brother, why is he just doing that, bro? This makes no flipping sense. You always do the same stupid shit every single time, right? And it makes no sense, man. I really cannot stand this, right, man? But yeah, it is what it is. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. There's something I wanted to check. By the way, guys, before we do move on, I do want to quickly say, guys, alright, just very quickly, just to talk about some other stuff, because I know I've been talking about Ter Stegen now for quite a while. Let's try to move on from Ter Stegen very quickly. Let me see what every one of you guys are saying here. Man says, the blonde started with Lamine and is going downhill from there. I don't know why everybody's just imitating Lamine for some reason, man. It's so weird. But Omar, do you not like the attitude? Dude, I don't know, man. Brother, we know your abilities already. They are unwanted abilities. Hey, listen, man, it is what it is. Isn't it up for him to move on? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Chesney, is just a chilled guy. That's exactly what I like about him. Bro, the guy knows where his bread is right now. The guy retired and came out of retirement. Dude. Do you think the brother cares? If he wasn't offered a new contract, he would just retire and just chill. The guy has come to Barcelona. This guy has came out of retirement, joined Barcelona, won a domestic treble. Bro, this guy is living life. He's just won a La Liga and a flipping, what's the name? A new champions. I'm sorry. He's won a domestic. He's won the league. He's won the Copa del Rey and the Spanish Super Cup, bro. Like, he doesn't care. He does not care. He does not care, man. So what's the order in keepers right now? So it's Joan Garcia as the number 1, Szczesny number 2, Ter Stegen number 3, and Astralaga as number 4. That's it. And I'm not even making this up. That's literally how it is now. Because he's been told he's the 3rd choice now. So, yeah, it is what it is. Wow. Well. You know what, right? I was wondering when this absolute dickhead would be here. Listen. You can't come to my chat, right? And be moving like this, Will. Respectfully, bro. Like, how are you gonna come to my chat and be talking like this, man? Talking out of your neck like this, right? I've been sitting here hearing you talking like you be sitting there talking. This guy, he's too much, man. He's too much. No, he hasn't. He's still there. He's still at the club, but yeah, he definitely. I mean, if Ter Stegen doesn't have a future, he definitely doesn't have one. He's not even like, yo, my guy, Flick is not even thinking about this shit. He's not even thinking about Pena now. Big up to Harvey. He says, there's a 2-hour complete. I swear it is. There is one. I mean it. There's the 2 hours, man. 3 years of holding bench. Hey, look, clearly he doesn't mind. They want to sell him, not loan him. Facts. John Williams, how you doing? I can't blame Ter Stegen. He doesn't want to leave because no player wants to leave with a promising and successful project like Barcelona. But he's no longer elite goalkeeper that Barca needs. Yeah, well, that's the issue. He doesn't want to stay just because of the money. I think he genuinely believes he still has a future here. And bruh, respectfully, I don't see it. Man. I don't see it. See, this is the problem with goalkeepers, right? When a goalkeeper is not good enough anymore, that's usually GG's for the goalkeeper's time at that club, right? Genuinely, whenever a club, like whenever a goalkeeper is no longer good enough, they move on. Very quickly. There's never waiting. Donna and Courtois need time to adapt. I mean, Courtois. Yeah, I doubt it, man. I don't think he does. Szczesny played in the Copa del Rey. Yes, he did. Will not hold him back. Will is just being Will. What do you expect? It's just Will being Will. That's all I can say. Make sure you guys subscribe to Carnage Extra, man. That's my guy, Will, man. Subscribe to his channel. Anyways, guys, listen, guys. Very quickly, guys. I wanted to show you guys something, right? So, this is one of the kits we're gonna be wearing next season, guys. So look at the new. This is the away kit we're wearing next season, guys. It's the Kobe Bryant away kit. So apparently this kit is dedicated to Kobe Bryant, right? The late great Kobe Bryant. And yo, I'm not gonna lie, this shirt is actually fire, man. It's actually a fire shirt. I don't know what you guys are saying, but I actually like this shirt, right? I am gonna be getting the Barca shirt for this season, right? I'm trying to get the home shirt. I might get this one too, but this shirt actually is pretty nice. I don't know what you guys are saying, man. I like this shirt. Right? And it's obviously it's a dedication to Kobe, and I love Kobe. So yeah, I might get this one too. It's a pretty nice shirt. Man. But look, Barca shirts this season. I mean, to be fair, right? I'll say this, right? This season, the shirts from like a lot of clubs, right, Even Madrid, as much as I don't like them, bro, Madrid shirts, the Madrid shirt this season is absolutely beautiful. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, the Madrid shirt looks nice, right? The Barça shirts looks nice. I'm not gonna lie, Nike and Adidas this season have really cooked with the shirts this season. It's very rare, but yeah, it's yeah the shirts this season have definitely cooked this season, man. But I'm definitely looking forward to wearing this. Now it is, Will. It is. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like I mentioned, man, the kids this season, all of them, bro. All of the kids are all fire, man. All of the kids, like from like all of the clubs, man. Now, like usually Nike don't really strike well, but they really struck on this one. I'm not even gonna lie, man. Who could be worse? You could have had Onana. It could have been worse. You could have had Onana or Sanchez. I mean, that is true. That is true. That is true. Oh, man. Not liking the stream before commenting. You're moving kind of fraudulent, Will. Yeah, Will, come on. Smash the likes, man. Smash the like. If you're going to throw me, at least smash the like. We're not even on 20 likes yet. Get us to 20 likes soon, guys. Ter Stegen is better than Onana. Yeah, that's the only guy he's better than. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Says, I like the idea, but the wrong club is wearing it. Yeah, well, hold that, man. How about you guys go and get a new shirt, man? Big up to Taylor. Big up to Taylor. Says, Kobe been my favorite player. Got to get it. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to get it. I might get this one. I'm going to try to get this one. I'm going to try to order this one, right, for the new season. Right, I might get this one for sure, man. It's a pretty nice shirt. Pretty nice shirt. But yeah, it says, except the third kit. I'm not a fan of the template. Oh, are you talking about the Madrid third kit? You're talking about the Madrid third kit. Let me see. Real Madrid kit. Real Madrid. Real Madrid. Real Madrid kit 24, 20, 25. Okay, 25, 26. So wait a minute, let me see. Wait, are you talking about the third kit for Barça or the third kit for Real Madrid, Santiago? Which one are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about our third kit. You know what? I don't even mind the third kit. You talking about the orange, the pink one? I like it. I think that all the kits are nice. No, I disagree. I think all the kits are nice. I think all the kits are nice. Nah, our kits are fire. No, all your kits are fire, to be fair. Big up, big up. Big up Taylor says, from working from Jamaica. Is that Will I see on the chat? Oh, what? How was your first live match? Yeah, talk about it, Will. Yo, what happened in your first game, bruh? What happened in your first game, bruh? Hey, listen, we will not forget. No, we will not forget, man. First time watching Real Madrid and then you watch your team get battered, man. That is hella crazy, man. I said we'll take 3 years to be the best. Will Barca take years to be the best team in the world again? Pedri is the best midfielder. Hey, listen, man, appreciate it. I'm not gonna lie, he's definitely up there. He's definitely up there. Listen, Vinny. Welcome to the losers class, man. At the end of the day, guess what? Everyone goes through this some point. Okay? I don't know why you're hating, man. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Thoughts on the Rashford news? Yeah, we're gonna talk about Rashford next. Give me a second. I'm gonna get into the Rashford thing because, yeah, listen. Marcus Rashford has he's definitely been doing stuff. This guy, yeah, he's doing like. No word of a lie. This brother is doing way too much, man. I can't even front. The guy is really doing way too much. Look at this, guys. Look at what my guy Rashford is doing, guys. Rashford is following everybody associated with Barca, bro. I have never seen anything like this. Look, he's supporting. He's now following Lewandowski and Pedri on Instagram, bro. He's already commented on Yamal's Instagram. He's already talked about the club. Bro, I have never in my life seen a player. Seen a player, like, this is the most I really want to join. If I've never seen a player be so desperate to join a club. I have never in my life ever seen a player be so desperate to join a club. This guy he's thirsty for this move, bro. He wants this move more than anything else, and is willing to do anything to get this move to happen. And look, at the end of the day, look, I've already said, I'm not against this move. I'm just not ready to spend the money that these guys are asking for. You know what's funny about some of these United fans, right? Some of these United fans, I've been listening and talking about this, right? Is the amount of entitlement that some of these fans have, right? It's actually embarrassing. It really is, right? They're looking at Barca, wondering, why is Barcelona not trying to spend the money? Why are you not trying to spend the money? How dare they not try to spend the money? Brother, you guys, he is not good enough for a club that is 15th in the table. You guys are 15th. You don't have anything. You're dead. You have no Europe, no nothing. And this guy doesn't even want to, you guys don't even want this guy at your club. But yet you guys are trying to beg me, a club that is currently in the Champions League, a club that is winning trophies, a club that is challenging in Europe. You want me to take your dead weight? Are you mad? Are you mad? Like, excuse me, what? Like, bro, I've already said it. Rashford could come to Barca, and he could cook at Barca. I'm not saying that at the end of the day, he might not do that. He could. But here's the problem here. There's no guarantees that he's going to come to Barca and cook. That's the truth. There is no guarantees he's going to come to this club and cook. Right? It's most likely that he might not cook at this club. Right? And this is why Barca, and this is why Manchester United want an obligation. This is why they are desperate for the obligation. They want an obligation to buy more than anything else. Why? Because at the end of the day, they don't want to keep this guy, bro. They don't believe that this guy can come to Barca and cook. So what they want to do is they want to completely wash their hands of this move, of this player. Completely wash their hands. They don't want the thought of him even coming to the club, right? They don't even want the thought of him coming back into the club as a possibility. So right now they're even saying things like, oh, well, okay, we'll give him to you on loan, but only if there's an obligation. Well, no obligation. No obligation. Either you give us with an option to buy, or you sell him to someone else. And I've said this before. I am at a position now where I don't even care enough about attackers, because last season my attack wasn't my biggest problem. I would pack in my attacking options if Barcelona decided to focus on going to get fullbacks. If Deco decided in this transfer, in this summer, to go for Fanderson and go in for Grimaldo, I would take it. Because here's the problem here. Barcelona have a lot of positions that they need to work on. But our attack is probably our strongest hold in our team. Let's be real. Barcelona scored some of the highest goals in Europe last season. We were one of the highest goal scoring teams in Europe. We had Rafinha on the left wing, putting over 50 to almost 55 to 60 GA last season in our competitions. Right? Yamal was cooking. Heck, we even have players like Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres, a guy who I don't even rate, was coming into the team and was putting in goals. He's put his highest goals of his career, 19 last season. From the bench. And he's not even a starter for the team. This guy's a bench player. He is the most benchiest bench player you will ever see. Right? So, look, with all due respect, I don't care about this move if it falls through or not. It is United who want this move. They are desperate to get rid of him. And yes, Barca are still trying to go and get some attackers. And yes, Barca do want to get a natural left winger. The problem is this. First of all, Rashford is not even a left winger. He's not a natural left winger. He's a player, he's a striker that can play out in the left. He's not a natural left winger, right? So, so this is the thing. When it comes to these guys, to Manchester United, they need to know what they want. Because the player wants the move. The player wants to do anything for the move. He doesn't even care if it's on a loan deal with an option to buy. He wants to come in. And here's the thing with a loan move. If he comes on a loan, since you guys are saying he's done, he's finished, right? If you're saying all of that, then guess what? you don't have to focus. You don't have to focus on this, right? If he comes to Barca and he cooks, you can just say, well, listen, he's cooking. Now we know he's going to join them on a permanent deal. But the fact that you guys are doing all of this, it's up to you. And here's also another thing you need to consider, guys. Barcelona have just signed a left winger in this transfer window. A guy who can play on the left and the right. I'm being this, bro, we have a player. Look at this. This is literally today, guys. Ronnie Baji is at the club. This guy is one of the highest rated players in Europe this season. Right? And we've already signed him. Right? He's signed alongside his brother. He and his brother have already signed. So we are not even short in attack anymore, because technically we've already signed an attacker. I know he's a young player, but he's already there. He's there. He's one of our guys. You understand what I mean, right? And here's the thing. You've seen how La Masia has been cooking, or how some of these youngsters like Pedri and all these guys have just come out of the team who was supposed to be given time, and they instantly come to the team and start cooking. This guy could be the next one. This guy could come to Barcelona and then instantly start playing well from the start. And then if that happens, guess what? Well, all of a sudden now we don't need an attacker now, do we? Because now we have Ronnie Baji, who's on the bench, who we can rely on to come in and play. You understand what I mean? This is why I've said this before. I will pack my worries when it comes to the attackers if we go and get fullbacks. Because Real Madrid have just signed Alvaro Carreras Fernandez, who's a top left fullback. So now they have Trent and Alvaro Fernandez in the fullback position. That's not what I want to see. We need fullbacks. Just like they need a fullback. They've already focused on their fullbacks. Go get me in the fullbacks I need. Right? You've got Van der Sar, who is being linked for what? 30 million? And then you've got Grimaldo, who's rated for the same amount. Go spend that money and go get the money that you would spend on a Nico Williams or Luis Diaz or Rashford if you had the money. Go take that money and go and invest it on two fullbacks. If we invest on new fullback and we don't find a left winger, I would be fine. Straight up. I would have no problem. I would be like, all right, cool, no problem. Let's start the season. Because, hey, you've signed fullbacks. Yeah, we didn't find a winger, but hey, it doesn't matter. I still have Rafinha, I still have Yamal, I still have Omo, I still have Ferran, and I still have Lewandowski, and Ronnie Baji is there. Right? We have to be smart. We cannot make the same stupid mistakes. And this is where I am going to call out Deco. Because we are now on the 11th of July. We are not going another July without signing players. You better book your fucking ideas quickly. You understand what I mean, right? We can't sit here and say, okay, I'm right now only focused on trying to get attackers. I'm not worried about fullback. We'll worry about that later. That's the same stupid mistake you made last season, right? You spend the first month of the transfer window focusing on only Nico Williams. You did not think about, oh, well, what Nico Williams is taking his time. He might join, he might not join. You were only focused on getting him in. Even though you had Dani Olmo, who was right there, who said he wanted to join. He was open to joining. He was willing to wait. He was willing to do anything. It was only when it was the 1st of August, and then the pressure started mounting on you because the fans now were having enough and saying, listen, we want how are we at the 1st of August and we've still not signed a fucking player when Real Madrid are out here getting Kylian Mbappe? And all of a sudden, you started seeing the pressure was on Deco. And then all of a sudden now, he started panicking and now focused on, okay, let's put the Nico Williams talk aside and focus on Dani Olmo because we need to sign someone because the fans are having enough. We don't need that thing anymore. Stop this whole thing of focusing on one player. That we need multiple positions to be fixed, right? Why are you why are you so desperate to go and get a position where you know last season we didn't struggle in the first place? I get why you're trying to get a left winger. I'm not even against it. It's a smart thing. However, look at the positions where you actually need to, where we were actually lacking, where we were actually having problems with, right? Our defense is our problem. You understand what I mean, right? Our fullbacks are our problem, right? Behind Koundé and Balde is Gerard Martin and Hector Ford. Those guys are not good enough. Those guys are not good enough. And people can talk about Koundé all they want. But guess what? Koundé is not a right back. Balde, as good as he is, he's the only natural fullback we have. Gerald Martin is a bum. And so is Hector Fort. So go get me the fullbacks. Now. Stop wasting time. We should have already had our targets at the start of the season. You just said, okay, well, we're going to get a left winger, we're going to get a goalkeeper, and we're going to get 2 new fullbacks. Okay, fine. You've signed a new goalkeeper. Great. Okay, we want to sign a left winger. Okay, now cool, no problem. Well, let's go transfer window. Nico Williams has done what he done. Alright, cool. Unfortunate. Right? We didn't plan this. Fucking annoying. Cool. Let's focus on Luis Diaz. Oh, well, Liverpool are asking for 80. We're not spending 80. Alright, cool, no problem. Marcus Rashford. Manchester United only won a permanent deal. Well, we're not going to give him a permanent deal. Okay, cool, no problem. Fine. Well, here's the thing. We've already missed out on Nico. We are now willing to spend the money on Diaz. And we're now willing to spend the money on Rashford. Okay, well, listen. Let's now look at other positions then. Let's wait. The left wing, let's look at it now in a smart way. We do need a left wing. However, Rafinha played well in the left wing last season. So even if we don't sign a left winger, it won't be that bad. You understand what I mean, right? It will not be that bad. Right? So, put that aside for now. Where is the positions where we need to fix? Okay, we need fullbacks. We need a right back. Because Koundé on the Flick system is good defensively, he's not good offensively. Okay, let's go and get, alright then, let's go get Ronnie Baji. Okay, I see Denzel Dumfries has been linked. I'm not a fan of Dumfries, I don't want Dumfries. But he's the one that's been linked, right? Go get me Van der Sar then. Let's go sign Van der Sar. That would be actually a signing that a lot of Barça fans would be like, huh, we didn't get a left wing. Okay, cool. Nice. We actually needed a right back. Okay. Good job, Deco. Okay, Grimaldo, signed deal. Boom. There you go. Signed, sealed, delivered. Oh, wow. We've just signed 2 new fullbacks. We actually needed fullbacks at the start of the season. Good job. You know what? Some of the fans might look at them and say, oh, whoa, where's our left winger? Doesn't matter. You've signed 2 positions that we actually needed players. Okay, cool. No problem. If you miss out on a left winger, we're going to look at back and say, well, listen, Nico Williams, we tried to sign Nico Williams. He ended up duping us. We tried to sign Luis Diaz. Liverpool were asking for too much. And Rashford, we tried to sign him. And Manchester United wanted a permanent deal. And we were not going to do that. So we don't blame you, Deco. You tried and you couldn't get a left winger. Cool. We'll still deal with Rafinha. Rafinha did a good job last season. He can go do a good job this season. Do you understand what I mean? And here's the thing. For many people, I see a lot of you guys say, no chance we can get 2 fullbacks. Bro, the 2 fullbacks I just mentioned in Grimaldo and Van der Sar would cost a combined amount of what we would have spent on Nico Williams. Literally. The 2 fullbacks I just mentioned, right? If you put the amount that the clubs are asking for all together, that would be the same amount as what we would have spent on Nico Williams. So it doesn't matter. And here's another truth as well. Let's just assume we don't get... There's still players like Lookman in the transfer window who could go for 50. If you go and get Lookman, a lot of Barca fans will be like, hey, cool. Perfect. Perfect move. We like that. A lot of Barca fans would actually praise Deco for that. Because they'll be like, yo, Lookman, guy who scored a Europa League hat-trick. He's actually a top goal scorer. He's a very, very good player. And he's not going to come to Barcelona and expect to start, right? He can come in and compete with Rafinha and all those guys. Cool. Antonio Nusa, a young player, great potential. What if, and this is the one that I've been hearing recently. I'm going to talk about this on later on with Gio, guys. Keep it in mind. Juventus want Araujo. I've said, listen, man. I've seen people been putting it in the air that Barcelona could potentially do a swap deal. If we can somehow, some way, and this is where I will, if this happens, I'm telling you all now, I will take back everything I said about Deco. If Deco somehow pull this off, if Deco goes to Juventus, and somehow, some way, this man goes there, and somehow convinces Juventus to take Araujo in place for Yildiz, bro, I will take back everything I ever said about you, bro. Wallahi, I will take it all back, bro. I will sit here, I will glaze you throughout the whole stream, bro. I promise you, if you get that done. I don't think it's going to happen, But imagine in a crazy world, he pulled this off. Imagine we go and give them Araujo, they give us Yildiz, and we still go get 2 new fullbacks, bro. I'm telling you right now, if that happens, Deco, bro, you deserve it, man. You're gonna get all of the glaze that you deserve, man. But here's the thing. It is what it is. It is what it is. But this is how I look at it. At the end of the day, Barcelona need to be smart. We need to be smart when it comes to the transfer window. We can't be moving fraudulent over here. We cannot be moving fraudulent. We have to be smart. We have to go and get the players that we need. You understand what I mean, right? Not sitting here focusing on one target and saying, hey, until I focus on getting this target, I am not moving. Like, that is stupid. That is completely idiotic. Yes, this is the thing. All top football clubs always have positions that they want to fix. Not one. But they don't sit there and say, okay, I'm going to deal with this position first. And until I finish getting the players I want for this position, then I will move to that position. No, that's stupid. Focus on what you're dealing with now. Deal with getting a new player for this position. If it's looking like it's gonna be a long deal, all right then, put it to the side. Put it to the side. I'm not saying completely ignore it. Put it to the side and focus on getting other positions that need fixing now. And then when you get those positions fixed, then if there's still time in the transfer window, you can go back and deal with the other positions. And this is the thing. If you do that for a guy like Deco, you do that, a lot of fans will look at it and say, well, listen, I don't blame him. He tried to get a left winger. The problem was the left wingers that were available were either one of them rejected us, the other one, they were asking for too much. So it's all good, Deco. But if you go this entire month without signing players and you have 1 month to go and sign 3 players, nah, man, get this guy out of my club. Get him out now. Anyways, big up to every single one of you, man. God forbid my life ever goes like that. Imagine. Don't talk about it. Big up to Taylor says, man, as a Barca fan, I ain't gonna lie, Vitinha been cooking. Vitinha is a very, very good midfielder. I rate Vitinha very highly. I think Barcelona are gonna smash Real Madrid. Let's fucking go, man. Listen, Madrid are always gonna be Madrid, but it's gonna definitely be tough. The gym post on Instagram ain't fooling anybody. The level of twerking is disturbing. Yeah, bro. Rashford needs to calm down. Rashford does cook for Barca. Bro, I don't know, man. Ain't mad at Rashi. Just need an out and left wing back and both flanks. Yeah. Give him the move. Yeah, whatever, man. What if Rashford's lazy like Vinny? Exactly. So if he's lazy like Vinny, like imagine if he's lazy like Vinny and we actually can't return him back to sender. This is what I mean. Manchester United know exactly what they're doing. They know that we're signing a player that is fucking lazy and might not even put the work in. But they want it to be another team's problem. Well, guess what? It doesn't have to be Barca's problem. Go sell him to Aston Villa. Big up to Visca Barca, man. How you doing? I see you in the chat. I've been seeing you in the chat. Big up to you, man. No Hala Madrid here, Santiago. Big up to you. Rashford is cheaper than the others in that position. But I don't care. Cheaper doesn't always mean better, bro. We ain't signing nobody after the Nico stuff. Nah. Says he may be like Anthony. Well, it doesn't matter. WTF is happening to the Swedish player we wanted to sign from Copenhagen. We've already signed him. He's already here. We will get him on a loan. Man, you will get desperate. I mean, they need to. We need you to buy Rashford because we need you to buy Rashford. We need you to buy because Rashford will accept lower wages and play for you, man. Flick will have him cooking, I promise. He's the English Nico Williams. I'm not looking for that. Just go for a loan. Otherwise, you will gift United some cash. This is the thing, man. No club with a brain would do that. Market him as the English Nico Williams is not a good selling point. Facts. He ain't a 9 either. He's a forward. What about the Swedish player we wanted to sign? We've already signed him. He's here. He's signed. He's signed. Ooh. Sorry, mom. Sorry, mom. Keep Madrid and Rash away from your mouth. Yeah, this guy. 2.5 million. Yeah, exactly. 2.5 million. He's ready to rock and roll at Barça. Like, WTF, why Nico then? What's the point? I mean, listen, at the end of the day, we tried to sign him. He didn't sign. It is what it is. Apparently, his brother might be a bigger talent. And we've signed him as well. So, that's some good news. That's some good news. Look, at the end of the day, this is not the first time we've seen a deal like this. It won't be the last time. Literally, Nabil Fekir, his move to Betis. This is exactly what happened, right? What's his name? Kylian Mbappe. When he signed for PSG, his brother was signed as well. So, yeah. Who is his brother? Does he play? Yes, he plays as well. What is Ronnie's position? He plays on both the left and the right. Exactly. He says right wing and left wing. Facts. Omar, you might sign a new left winger, but us, he will be ready for Barcelona long season. So, what is the purpose of Nico then? Yeah, where is Mount Grimaldo? Yeah, man. All we need is Vanderson and Grimaldo. Bro, if we get Vanderson and Grimaldo, only I will not even mind. I would not even mind, bro. I would take both of those guys alone. I don't care. This guy is of the B team. They're short on right wingers. Hey, listen. Let me tell you something, right? With new information we assessed, if this guy comes to Barcelona on the first, because here's the thing, I think Ronnie Badger will probably join the first team for the preseason, and if he doesn't do well, he'll be sent to the Barca DB team. Just like, when you had Paul Victor, when you have Marc Bernal, all those guys, they went to the preseason. I think Ronnie Badger will also go to preseason as well, right? And here's the thing, if he goes to preseason and starts playing well, Flick might look at it and say, "Hey, listen, man, I might want a piece of that. Listen, you might be useful to me in the season. Next summer transfer, I will buy Lookman. Get me the 2 new fullbacks. That's really how I look at it. Why didn't we go for Nico if we buy? Why did we go for Nico if we're gonna buy this young talent? We're gonna buy them both. We were planning on putting this youngster in the Barca B team and focusing on getting Nico Williams. But hey, clearly that didn't happen. So nothing we can do. Deco, listen, get me greedy Grimaldo. It will be smart. Are you sure you will still have Yamal after his partying attitude? Listen, man, he's acting like his age, man. He's not the first footballer I've seen act like this, man. Yamal better stop the partying because I'm flying to Barcelona so he could. Hey, listen, man, he's enjoying the last few months. I mean, very soon he's going to be back in training. Eric Garcia can play on Koundé's position. But he's also not a natural fullback. I want a natural. This is the problem. We have no natural right backs, bro. No top right backs in the team. I need us to go and get a top right back. That's what I need. Stop doing this whole inverted, this guy, he plays center back, he can play right back, or he's a defensive midfielder, he can play right back, he's a center back, he can play right. I don't care, bro. Go get me a natural right back, for God's sake. I mean, we're not doing the whole Ateta inverted shit, man. None of this, man. He better start focusing on himself, man. He needs to focus. Get me Vanderson, for sure. Deco can't genuinely continue with as SD. I'm telling you, man. Vanderson is a Brazilian fullback at Monaco. Nusa, Vanderson, Grimaldo. Bro, imagine if we sign those 3 players. Jeez. Nusa would be a great signing for you, man. So good. Yeah, he's a good player. I like him. When are we presenting the Swedish player? He could be confirmed. I mean, he's already done his medical and stuff, so he should be confirmed by tomorrow. We should probably see a picture by tomorrow. No chance you're getting 2 new fullbacks. You never know, man. We ain't getting one. We ain't getting one anyways, unless Flick's. I mean, Flick. This is the thing with Flick. You gotta remember this. Flick The thing with Flick is, right? Flick is not the one asking for moves, right? Flick has his positions and say, well, listen, I want a left winger, I want this position, I want that position. It is down to Deco to go and sign the players in those positions. That is what you guys need to remember, right? It's not his job to be telling him, oh, I mean, he will have his preferences, obviously, but it is what it is. Luis Diaz wants to join Barca. Why don't Barca go and buy him? Well, very simple. Because you guys want 80 million and no club with a brain is spending 80 million on a 28-year-old. The fuck? Ravi Diaz to Bayern, I think. I mean, even Bayern apparently are not willing to spend that money as well. Nusa is the best Norwegian attack over Oscar Bob, Solot, and Haaland. I mean, to be fair, X, you are Norwegian, so listen, that's actually like that must be really cool for you guys. I've said it before. You know, it's funny. When I used to play FIFA, I used to play. My nationality used to be Norway, so I knew like a lot of your young players like Nusa and Oscar Bob like for a very long time when I was like playing with the national team. So yeah, listen, man, that's good for you guys that you do have another attacker like that. Let's wait for preseason to see the young player can do before we do any signings or go for players. If we go for a player, I want Nusa. I will tell you this, Joao, right? I want us to go and get. That's why honestly in July I would just rather we go get fullbacks. Honestly, go get me the fullbacks now. Go get me the two new fullbacks right now, right? For the attack, give Ronnie Baji some opportunity. Give Dani Rodriguez some opportunity. Give some of these guys opportunity. These guys could cook in preseason. They could cook at the start of the season. What happens if one of them starts cooking? Now all of a sudden we don't need a left winger now, do we? Like imagine we spend that money and get Rashford, right? Imagine we go out, we actually spend that money and get Rashford. And then Dani Rodriguez starts cooking and then Rashford is on the bench. So we've just spent all that money to get Rashford for what? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make any sense, man. God forbid you get Kane, bro. I'm telling you now, if Deco pulls that off, I take back everything I've said about Deco. I'm telling you now. It's the facts. We scouted Nusa so many times and done absolutely nothing. In days, Barca go through the medical check. The next day, we start training first match on the 26th, I think. Breaking news. Pink Zahavi is Frenkie de Jong's new agent. Yo! I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you so much, because I'm going to talk about that next, guys. I'm going to talk about it next. Don't worry, I've already seen it, guys. I want to make sure to read all your chats before we move on, guys. Because we're going to talk about De Jong, and we're going to talk about Pini Zahavi, because he's actually met Laporta today. Like, literally, while I'm doing the stream, right? Literally, pictures have come out of Zahavi and Laporta having a talk. Says, I swear down, I could choke slam Deco right now. Nusa will cook, bro. Nusa versus Trent. Woo, bro. You are absolutely. Yeah, Rashford's a bit lazy, but Vinny. I don't think Vinny is lazy. I just think sometimes he's a little bit selfish. That's the thing. Nusa is about 40 to 50. Bro, like think about it. You've got Manchester United asking for 40 million for fucking Rashford when we can put that 40 million to get Nusa. Are you fucking dumb? Man, go get me Nusa, man. Go get me Nusa. Are you dumb? I'm getting Nusa, man. Xavi Bogart exposed for the very first time against a proper team. Bro, I'm looking forward to that first Clasico. I'm telling you now, give me give me Real Madrid, bro. Like, no, honestly, now that I really think about it, right? I'm not even joking, right? You remember when Dave and Will were sitting there saying, oh, give me Madrid first game? Now I'm just angry at why I didn't echo the same words, man. I should have echoed the same words. Because, dude, after what I saw against PSG, especially the way they attack, you know that our attacking style is similar to that of PSG's. Oh my God, we would have absolutely flamed these guys, man. I'm so disappointed, man. I'm so disappointed. It is what it is. Declining. Oh wow, you guys saw that? I didn't even realize you guys saw that. Oh yeah. My mom called me during the stream. Yeah. Yeah, hey, listen, I'll definitely talk to her next. I haven't spoken to her in a while, so yeah, man. Hey, listen, man. I'll probably send her. Give me a second. Give me 1 sec. Yeah, man. I had to send the voice message to mom, bro. I had to send my voice message to my mom. Cause yeah, I'm not trying to get in trouble with mom, bro. Appreciate you guys. Buy Vanderson, Grimaldo, and then look at Lookman. Honestly, bro, get me those two fullbacks. Get me a Lookman, get me a Nusa, get me a Yildish, and brother, that is it. We cooked in the transfer window. Big up to Shane, man. Big up to you, bro. Who cares what Lamin does? I mean, listen, man. Some people act like some of these people act like his mom. The boner. Whoa, chill, guys. We need speedy defenders ASAP, and we're trying to sell Christensen. I'm telling you, man, this Deco guy is moving fucking fraudulent, man. I'm telling you right now, man. This Deco guy is moving fraudulent. He wants to sell one of our fastest defenders and keep one of our slowest defenders in the team. Deco trying to be the next Portuguese villain at trying to be the next Portuguese villain for Barcelona. He definitely is. He needs to take his time. IDC, if Yamal does lines of as long as the team is doing better, I'm happy. I hear you, DM. DM is like, yo, I don't give a damn what this brother is doing. Just make sure it's not affecting your game, and we will be good. Well, will you sell Christensen if it means we get fullbacks? I would rather sell Araujo. Yo, guys, seriously, Catalan, you need to keep it respectful. Rabona is a real one. Okay? We can't judge players based on preseason performances. Paulo Victor was the MVP of the last preseason, especially this time when he was playing with low-quality Asian teams compared to last season. I agree with you. I'm not saying that if they cook in the time. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, if players like Ronnie Baji or Danny Rodriguez play, that would give us some more options. Because remember, even if players like Ronnie Baji cook, right, in the preseason, that doesn't guarantee that they're going to start. But it will show us that these guys have some talent and they might be important. This is what I'm trying to bring up. You understand what I mean? So when it comes to this move, when it comes to the attackers, because we already have a good attack, we just need players that can be on the bench who might be able to help in the attack when we need changes. This is not Manchester United. The club doesn't buy for coaches, they buy for the team's future. True. All that Bayern are going to get is a left wing. I mean, yeah, man. We really need a natural left winger with the one-on-ones where Yamal can go down, where Yamal goes down last season. We look so easy to defend against. Yeah, on the left wing, that is true, but we have to be careful not to completely invest our entire budget on it, man. I don't associate with any fans of Real Madrid. They're automatic pricks. Wow. I don't know why Catalan is just in the mood today. He's just in the mood to tick off everybody, man. God forbid we get that clown Rashford. Listen, I would rather not have him. I'll tell you that now. Big up to Kashpa, man. How you doing, Kashpa? Says bun the Rashford signing. Absolutely, man. Bun it. No joking. I wanted your reaction. What happened? Oh, man. What's going on, man? Says, sorry, mom. I can't talk right now. Don't hit me with the wooden spoon. How did you know that's what I said? My man is actually doing some lip syncing. He could literally read my lips, man. This guy, absolute fraud, man. Say thank you for calling me. Thank you to me for calling you out. Save you from your mom's right. Yeah, you definitely did, man. But big up to you, Kashpa, too, man. Christensen, when fit, is clear of Araujo. Facts. And this is the thing with Christensen. Let's call it out for what it is. Christensen, people say, oh, but Christensen gets injured all the time. Guys, Christensen only got injured last season. He was only injured last season, guys. He wasn't injured in the 23-24 season. He wasn't injured in his first season or his second season. He was injured the whole of last season. That's it. This guy's only had one season of injury problems. Now, come on, man. We have to be objective when we say these things. I've said it before. Christensen, when he is fit, or when he starts, is one of our best defenders. He's our most consistent defender. I call him Mr. Consistency. This brother does not miss. Never misses. You understand what I mean? He always cooks. Maybe he's not always putting out 10 out of 10s every game, but he's a standard 8 on every single game. When was the last time you guys watched a Barça game where you can say, Christensen cost us that game? I've seen games where Kobashi cost us. I've seen games where Inigo has cost me. And I've definitely seen games where Araujo cost me. But I can't say the same for Christensen. Christensen has been here now for 3 seasons now. Heck, this brother came back from injury, and then he played in the El Clasico and was pocketing man like Kylian in the second half. Like, come on, man. Like, this is what I mean with some of these people when they're saying some of these things, bro. They don't understand at all. They don't get it. You understand what I mean, right? They have short memories. Christensen is one of the... And this is the thing with Christensen, right? What I love about Christensen, he is a smart defender. He's a guy that I can see adapting to the Flick system very quickly if he gets opportunity. If he gets an opportunity under Flick. I honestly believe that if Flick trains with Christensen and tells Christensen, this is what I want you to do, this is where I want you to be, this is the positions I want you to be at, this is how I want you, this is where I want the line to be, this is where I want you to be when the line is like this, he is going to do everything that the manager asks. And no more. I don't rely on Araujo. Araujo, bro, doesn't work well with this high line. Bro, I'm gonna be dead serious. I'm not trying to be harsh. But brother, you can tell Araujo is a little bit slow up here, bro. He's a good defender, but he's very slow up here. He doesn't really adapt to like new tactics very quickly. Right? And that is a problem. That is a big problem. That's why last season Flick wasn't relying on him even when he was fit. I mean, why was Christensen coming back from injury and was starting over Araujo in games? Man says, go on, good work. Get out of here, this fraud, man. Says, Barcelona signed Badish. I don't know who that is. Christensen is always injured until the end of the season. Sell him. I'm not gonna sell him, man. Honestly, man, honestly, I've said it before. If we get 50 million, even 50, because I know Juventus. Can you guys hear me now? Yo, guys, can you guys hear me now? Okay, all right. Yeah. Apologies for that, guys. Hold on. All right. Apologies for that, guys. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I did not touch anything. I swear to God, I didn't touch anything. Because I muted myself earlier when I was sending a message to my mom, but I thought I took it off. So hopefully you guys were hearing. Hopefully it wasn't too long. But apologies for that in any case. Yeah, let's move on. I was just saying, when it comes to Christensen, he's a very, very good defender, and he's on his last year on his deal. But look, even though he's on the last year of his deal, if he cooks, the club will offer him a new deal. Watch. If he plays so well, let's say he's doing well alongside Kobashi, and we start cooking in defense and we're not conceding a lot of goals, yeah, I can see the club giving him a new contract and just deciding to get rid of Araujo. Because Araujo and Christensen are not even that far off from ages. So, yeah, man. Says Christensen's IQ is levels. Facts. But big up to every single one of you guys, man. How many likes are we on? Guys, we're 2 likes away from 30 likes, man. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Smash the likes on your way in, man. Big up to every single one. Araujo will have a full preseason. Maybe he can step up. I hope he does. I hope he does, man. I really hope he does. I'm not against. I don't have no hate on him. I really hope he does, man. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Big up to Chris Brown. Says, I want a natural right back. Then we can put Kunde back as center back. This is literally what I'm saying. This is why I want to get a new fullback. This is why I want to get a new fullback. People like to say, oh, this guy stinks in defense. But I would rather have Kunde in defense than right back. Because yes, he's good defensively, but offensively, bro, he doesn't offer much. So yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, let me pull up the Zahavi. So this is what Catalan was showing earlier. Let me show you all. This is what he was showing you. This is what he was talking about, guys. So Justin Pini Zahavi is Frenkie de Jong's new agent. The Dutchman has contact with Ali Dawson, and today the meeting between Zahavi, Laporta, and Flick with Frankie's renewal, one of the topics discussing alongside that of Rashford's. Now, let's talk about it. Here's the thing about this whole situation with Frenkie de Jong and his agent. I actually knew about this since last week, and I was gonna talk about it. It kind of slipped my mind, right? Here's the problem, guys. Frenkie de Jong, from all the news outlets we've been hearing, he has been wanting to sign a new deal with the club for a while. The one who has been in the middle of this has been his agent, Ali Dawson, right? He is the one that has been in the middle because he's been asking for all of these new installments and requirements and all this stuff. Basically trying to get the most out of this deal for himself as an agent, right? And this was the reason why the relationship between de Jong and the club was kind of like very, very icy. Because for de Jong himself, he wants to stay. He sees himself, and especially now on the Flick, he's starting to cook, right? He wants to stay. And he wants to sign a new deal because he knows right now, for the past few years, his contract talks has been the reason why there's been so much drama around him. It's always been contracts, every single time, right? So for him, he wants this move completed so that he won't have to worry about contracts and talks about contracts anymore. The issue is, his agent, Ali Dawson, has basically been making this contract talk so annoying that the club was just like, you know what, man, fuck off then. And now, I think de Jong now has gone to a point now where he's realized, yo, this agent, he's gonna fuck this all up. He's trying to fuck this up for me. I need to make a decision. I need to get involved in this and get this thing sorted out soon. So now he's now coming out and he said, all right, cool, whatever. And to be fair, I've been reading this news since last week, and all of the news outlets have been saying that Frenkie de Jong and his agent were going to terminate. They were going to go their separate ways, right? That's been the talk. And now that this news has now come out, I'm more comfortable now. It's very evident now that de Jong wants to stay because we all know that Pini Zahavi and Barcelona and Laporta have a good relation. Pini Zahavi is the agent of Lewandowski. He's the reason why we were able to complete the Lewandowski deal. He is now the new agent of Rashford. So if there is an opportunity of getting Rashford, it could happen because of this guy. And we know that he and the club are close friends. He's friends with Laporta. And I think that's why in the end, de Jong decided to take Zahavi as he chose Zahavi to be his new agent. You understand what I mean, right? Because He knows that at the end of the day, Zahavi can talk to the club, kind of, cool down the relationship between De Jong and the club, and basically ease everything. And to be fair, the club have already offered him a new renewal. And this is also the important thing that you all need to remember when it comes to this renewal, right? The club made it very clear when they said, because remember, we pulled out of the last renewal we gave him. We gave him a new one, and we was like, listen, if you don't sign this one, we're gonna sell you. It's that simple. We're gonna sell you. We're not gonna offer you any more contracts. We're not gonna negotiate with you again. And this is the reason why I believe, in the end, De Jong decided to fire his agent. Because he knew that if his agent somehow fucked this up, that would have been the end. You understand what I mean? So he's thinking about the best for his future, for the future of his family, because this guy's a family man. He's got a wife, he's got a child, he's got a family to take care of, right? He's happy at Barca. But the problem is his agent clearly doesn't care enough. He wants to get the most money out of this deal. So De Jong is now having to focus on himself. So yeah, fair play to De Jong. I'll say that now. Fair play to De Jong for being smart and doing the right thing. And listen, at the end of the day, Pini Zahavi would get him the best deal that he can. And if he renews, good for him. We won't have to be talking about this De Jong talk anymore. Exactly, Catalan. He's bought a house. This brother is comfortable at Barca. He wants to stay at the club. This is the club he wants to be. Like, the club have tried to sell him in the past. He's never wanted to leave. The guy's made it very clear. He wants to be a Barca. This is his dream club. This is where he is. He wants to stay here. And I think at the end of the day, like I mentioned, that's why he fired his agent. I think the club made it very clear. We'll give you a new contract, but if you don't sign a new contract or your agent starts moving like this, when we pull out of the contract, we're done. We're done. It's over. And I think that is what, in the end, caused this whole situation. And De Jong basically told his agent, listen, I can't work with you anymore because you're going to end up squandering this for me because you can't move on from this thing. You understand what I mean? So, yeah. At the end of the day, De Jong just has to do what at the end of the day, he just needs to do what he needs to do, right? And it's a very, very smart, and it's very, very smart from De Jong. Very, very smart. I'll tell you that right now, right? But, I mean, listen, as far as the Rashford thing is concerned, I don't know what Pini Zahavi is going to do. But I'm sure the club will basically make it very clear to him that at the end of the day, the club is not against the move for Rashford. That's what the important thing is. The club is not against the move for Rashford. They just don't want to spend the money on Rashford now. They want to see what this guy is going to do in La Liga at Barcelona. Then if he does well, we can then say, cool, let's start business then. But if you guys don't want, but the thing is, Manchester United don't want to do that, and we don't want to give Manchester United the money because we could use that money to go and get another player that we want. So yeah, it's that simple. At the end of the day, Manchester United are the ones that are in the middle of this, not the club. It says, as long as you guys still be ass. Man says, do you think if Hakimi and Yamal played together, they would cook? Bruh. We could only imagine. We could only imagine. But this is the issue, that he doesn't want to play next season because of injuries, and last season he played only 5 games. He did not even have an ACL injury. I mean, it doesn't always have to be an ACL injury, man. I feel like sometimes people are a little bit harsh. Guys, I know ACL injuries, broken bones, all of this stuff. Guys, you gotta understand, man. Sometimes, and also one thing you need to know, right? When it comes to injuries, sometimes relapses happen. You understand what I mean? Relapses happen, guys. And you can't prepare for a relapse, unfortunately. You can't prepare for a relapse when it happens. So when it comes down to it, Barcelona or Christensen suffered relapse. I think he had 2 relapses last season. I think he suffered 2 relapses last season. He had one relapse around December when he was supposed to return, right? And then he had a second relapse in March. So he was actually, I think, supposed to return in December, right? He was supposed to return in December, and he had a relapse right before he was supposed to return. And then he had another relapse in March. That's why he came back around late April. I mean, listen, man, sometimes this happens in football, man. We don't really know how the severity of some injuries can be. Like, when you look at, I look at, like, if you look at a player like R9, like, if you look at R9's injury history, right, it all started from a hamstring injury. Like, if you remember when he was at Inter, right, he had a hamstring injury. He was only supposed to be out, I think, for like 2-3 weeks or like a month, but then he was out for like 3 months because they didn't realize how bad the injury was. And then guess what? He returned in 3 months, and then he completely messed up his leg, fucked it up, and then he was out for 2 years, right? And then you look at even players like Van Basten. Van Basten had to retire early. The guy retired at like 30. In fact, his career was finished by 28. By 28, the guy was finished as a player. But his whole career ended because he decided to do a surgery on a niggling pain he was feeling in his ankle, in his knee. And surgery that went completely wrong, right? One surgery that went wrong completely destroyed that man's career. So sometimes, guys, you have to be very careful. Like, people can say, ACLs. Guys, the minus injuries can become even worse if it's not looked at properly. My guy Christensen could have easily come back from that relapse and decide to come early and completely ruin his career. And that's the thing, man. So sometimes this happens, man. This happens. Frenkie de Jong's renewal will happen very soon. Yep, I see it happening very soon. And it needs to happen soon, man. We need to move on from this. Big up to Street Fighter. Says, Frenkie de Jong just bought a house in Barcelona. He's settled here. Exactly, man. Let me tell you something. When it comes to these agents, right? Obviously, agents do what the player wants. But don't ever get it twisted, guys. Agents get paid for these contract renewals. For these money. For these, like all these free transfers. Do you think the agents don't get paid for that? They get paid by the player and they get paid by the club. So at the end of the day, it would not shock me if all of the things that happen with the agent is that the agent wants some agent fees and the club were not willing to give him the agent fees that he wants. And basically, De Jong was like, okay, man, then get out. Get out. There's also this is huge for the 101 rule as well. As well as the renewal. Facts. Omar, one main reason for the De Jong renewal is that Barca want to reduce his salary and his current wage. And that's the thing. De Jong has, but this is the thing. I know that, but De Jong has no problem with that. You understand what I mean? I think when it comes down to it, his last agent didn't want the club to do that. He didn't want his his client to reduce. But here's the thing: the club have financial issues, and De Jong knows that, and De Jong wants to stay. So De Jong was willing to negotiate. The problem is his agent was making the negotiation hard. Whereas I think that with Pini Zahavi, he will. I'm not saying that he will accept the deal that the Barca offer. However, one thing I will give Pini Zahavi is that Zahavi will probably negotiate amount which will both favorable De Jong and the club. You understand what I mean, right? So let's say the club offer him something. He might maybe he might just ask a little bit more and say, well, listen, we'll settle for this. I'm sure De Jong wouldn't mind this. So, you know, it's not what his salary was, but it was around what you guys are asking for. And if the club want to keep De Jong, which I'm sure the club does, right? They will probably say, well, listen, all right, no problem. His wages will still be reduced, and that will be fine. We'll take it. We need Nusa. We definitely do. United be thinking we don't know their players as scrubs. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I mean, to be fair, right? It's fair play. Big up to some of the United fans, right? There's a lot of United fans who are actually like, they're good up here. You understand what I mean, right? They're very good up here. And then you then have some of those United fans who just think that the world revolves around them and that this is like Manchester United when they had the Vodafone badge. I mean, some of these guys weren't even born when they had the Vodafone sponsorship, right? They think this is Sir Alex Ferguson, Manchester United, brother. That Manchester United is gone, bro. Is dead. Problem with Rashford is that he genuinely picks and chooses when he wants to turn up or not. That's what I'm saying. I don't need players like that. This is why even with the Leao thing, Rabona. This is why with the Leao thing, I wasn't a big fan of Leao, even though I was saying, Leao, I mean, I might take him. But this is why I wasn't a fan of Leao, because Leao is another one like that. He's a player that can choose, that chooses when and where he wants to turn up. I don't want players that are going to choose when they want to turn up. You turn up when you're playing well. You turn up on every game. You try to perform in every game. Not that, oh yeah, I'm not in the mood or I'm not happy, so I'm not going to turn up. Nah, fuck off. Not at Barcelona, man. Not at this club. If it happens next season, we will lose him on a free. This is what Deco is looking at. Look up to Kashpa. Kashpa says, look at Neymar as well. One injured in 2017 and he continues to get injured. Look at Umtiti. Like, look at Umtiti, bro. Umtiti is one of the biggest examples of, like, if there's one player whose career wasn't the same because of one decision that he made, it was Umtiti. Umtiti before 2018 was actually one of the best defenders in the world. This guy was outplaying. This guy was outperforming PK. He was bro. This guy was considered one of the best players in the world. He was in defense at the time. He was considered one of the most important players in the Barça team, and he deserved it. He was definitely one of the best players in the team. But you know what happened? The guy messed his hamstring in the beginning of the year of 2018 and was out for the rest of the season. And instead of doing a surgery, which would have completely healed his hamstring, he decided he was going to naturally sit out and let it heal naturally. Because he was only supposed to be out, because if he did the surgery, he would have missed out on the 2018 World Cup. However, he would have returned with Barça and he would have been 100% healed. The problem is, he didn't want to miss the World Cup. Which, listen, I'm not against it. Now, people, obviously, I'm a Barça first. However, if I'm in the player's shoes, I get it. You want to go play in the World Cup. Your country has a huge shot of winning the World Cup. And look, in the end, it paid off for Umtiti. He won the World Cup in 2018. Good for him. Scored in the semifinals. Very happy for him. However, long term, this ruined his career. Because he was injured all the time. He could barely stay fit. He could barely stay fit at all. And Barcelona were just moving on. Other defenders started playing better than him. So the club got rid of him. That's the problem, man. Like, it's the way football works, unfortunately. You can hate on it, but yeah, that one mistake could have changed everything. That one surgery that Umtiti made could have literally changed his life. It could have changed Barca too. If we had a prime Umtiti cooking, we might have been doing way better than we did in the past few years when we didn't have Umtiti fit. I'm just saying, man. The midfielders pack. We need money. Would you sell Casado, Fermin, and Bernal as well? I would sell Casado for the right amount. I would sell Fermin. You know what? Fermin and Casado, if you give me the right amount, yeah. If you give me 50 for Casado, I would sell them. They're saying that Fermin could go for 60 or 70. If we get 50 or 70 for Fermin, bro, sell him. I don't care, bro. I don't care, man. Yeah, La Masia graduates. Yeah, you're cooking. That's all great and good, bro. You're not indispensable in this team. You're not. Smash the like button. Big up to every single one of you. Casado and Fermin are not for sale. I've seen today. Hey, listen, they're only not for sale until everyone has a price, brother. Catalan, that's what they're gonna tell you until a team puts 60 million for Casado. Let me see if the club are now open to selling for 60. Let me see if the club are now willing to sell for 60. Why haven't Barcelona returned the 101 rule? What is taking this deal so long? Any ideas? Bro, I don't, like, I thought I knew, but apparently now so many complicated. Bro, I don't know, man. I don't know. First we had Tebas tell us that we were in the 101 rule. Now all of a sudden there's Exactly. Ansu Fati, injuries ruined them. Facts. Reece James, another one. See what I mean? Sometimes, bro, you have to. This is why sometimes it's important. And you know what? I don't know if you guys watched FCB show yesterday, right? Yesterday, FCB show. Did you guys remember what Zier said? Zier was talking when they asked him, when I told about Musiala and I told him Musiala was returning around November. He said he wouldn't mind even not having him for most of the season until like March, because he wants him to heal properly. It's important, guys, to let these players. I know they are top players, but let these guys heal, because if you don't, you are at risk of losing this player forever due to injuries. It is what it is. I hope Rashford deals falls. I hope Rashford deals first, because I saw the post from a reliable person. If the deal falls, then we'll go for fullbacks. Oh, please, if that is true, please, man. Please, man. Your team has affected the wrong decisions the players made. Your team has been you meant to say your team has been infected by the wrong decisions your players have made. Oh man, affected. Oh, affected. My bad. Affected. Yeah. Facts. Give 50 million for Casado, and Casado is gone. Facts. That's very big from Zier. We know how much he relies on Jamal, but he wants him to heal properly, because dude, he wants him to come back strong. That's it. That is it. Like it's a no-brainer, man. Like some people, they and this is the thing with footballers, right? We're quick to always forget how good footballers are, man. So sometimes these footballers have to be smart. They have to be smart. But yeah, man. But big up to every single one of you guys who have been here, man. We're gonna be closing out. We're gonna be closing out now, guys. Big up to every single one of you guys who have been on the stream. Who's live? Is Will doing a heavyweight show? Football Mania. Is he doing Football Mania? Hold on. Let me see. Carnage Extra. Is he doing? Hold on, guys. Let me see if Will is doing Football Mania. Okay. I guess there's no Football Mania today. All right, guys. I guess we're gonna move. I'm gonna send you all somewhere else. But let me see. Saeed is live. Waffle is live. Alright, I'll send you guys to Uncle Rod, man. Big up to Uncle Rod. I'll send you all to Uncle Rod. Anyways, but listen, before I do go, let me read some of your chats, man. Your chats, big up to every single one of you guys. You guys have been absolutely amazing. As always, appreciate every single one of you guys who has been in the stream throughout the start of the stream. Big up to every single one of you guys. Let me know what you guys are saying about the Ter Stegen news, guys. Do you think that Flick is doing the right thing? Do you think that Flick was smart, right, for laying the law down for man like Ter Stegen, letting him know he's not gonna rely on him at all this season. No rely on him. What do you guys think of De Jong, right, getting a new agent, Zahavi? What do you guys also think of what I said about Barca focusing on fullbacks and maybe putting left wing on the side for now until we get the fullback, so that we can at least be semi or mostly ready for the upcoming season. Let me know what I've said all of the on everything I've said in this stream, guys, on the comment section below. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notification. Yo, Omar, man, you literally came in when I was about to dip. But listen, you can go back and rewatch the stream, man. Appreciate you, man. But big up to every single one of you guys who has been here, man. Another episode of the Blaugrana Buzz. I should be back, guys, in an hour 30 from now. Bianco near the Blaugrana show. I will be talking to my brother Gio. And listen, I'm gonna definitely make him that offer, man. Because listen, man, he wants Araujo, and I'm interested in one of his players. So maybe we might struck a deal later on today, man. But big up to every single one of you guys. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and listen, guys, this will be sending you all to Uncle Rod's, the Liverpool fan. Just put Omar BYT rate in the comment section below. But peace, you guys. Take care, you guys. Take care.